answer about radio disc jockey. Like, you mentioned people like Imus. How come you don't ever talk about the people at your sister station?
What am I going to do, promote everybody? I mean, do you think it aggravates me that the station has hired people who do my exact show over and over again throughout the whole day?
Fine. You copy me too.
Yeah. But, you know, what am I going to do? Am I going to mention every Howard Stern imitator? I mean, the list is endless, and they love it. They're dying to get some attention from me.
The whole station on Howard Stern 24 hours a day.
Well, what do you think? I mean, it's laughable. I mean, it's like the Howard Stern handbook. It's like guys making a living doing the exact same show, the exact same raps.
It's so funny that you both work for the same.
Yeah, well, what am I going to do? That's the plan here. To just keep hiring as many people who can imitate me and put them on the air so that if I leave, they'll just plug another one in.
But you were going to start your own network at one time.
You know what? I don't care anymore. I decided I don't care.
What kind of people were you going to use?
I had a guy that I was going to put on first, and then, you know what? I decided just not to go ahead with it for a bunch of different reasons. I'm going to be doing a Howard Stern network, but in a different way than you might even be thinking. I'm going to revolutionize this whole thing.
You sticking with radio then?
No, not necessarily. I have a whole thought about networks and how to make them real. But you know what? I don't want to reveal my plan yet.
Not the Big Black.
Yeah, and believe me, Big Black, you're not a part of it, so.
What?
Yeah, I have a great idea, but if I let the idea out, my imitators will beat me to it.
But, you know, you always talk about people who quit bands or quit TV shows, but you're talking about quitting radio. That's your number one thing, though.
Yeah, but I've been doing it for 20 years.
So you just say, you always say, stick with it, stick with it, stick with it.
Yeah, you get up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, he's stuck with unemployment.
Yeah, that's true. You're sticking with it. No, I'm saying I think I've given it a real good run. I have my own thoughts, but, you know, it's just aggravating. And then what I even love more is the Howard Stern imitators like to bash me. I love that. That's the thing that really is the best. Because they all try to act like they're doing something different. We're the young guys. We're the new guys. We're doing, you know, we're the future. And it's like, you're the future of what? You're doing the same exact thing I'm doing. Down to almost the way I talk. It's almost frightening.
Yeah, but you got to expect that because you revolutionized radio.
Yeah, revolution. But how do you explain to your audience? How do you go on every day and talk about how bad I am? That's what I want to know. How do you even explain that? How do you even say that with a straight face when you're doing the exact same show? Or what about the guys who say they never heard me?
But sound just like.
Yeah, just ironically sound, you know, in some parallel universe, they somehow ended up talking exactly like me and doing the exact same bits. Down to lesbian dating game. Down to calling your hate mail on the air. Down to... I mean, Jesus Christ. It sickens me. It sickens me because there's a lack of originality. There's nothing... Nobody said, hey, you know what? Radio's open and free. Let's take it a step further. Let's do something new.
What about, like, when Ford invented the Model T? Things like Chrysler came along. I mean, certain things you just can't, stop. People are just going to imitate the quality.
Well, you're talking about the invention of the car versus somebody's personality? I mean, how do you compare those two?
But you got the personality that works for radio, man. People got to copy you.
I don't see how I don't copy anyone. I don't see why you would have to copy me.
The idea would be to go on and be yourself. Maybe that would make you kind of original, but they're all being Howard.
What's even weird is, okay, so imitate the format, but come up with some new material even. My imitators are screaming about Imus, like they have a beef with Imus. I'm reading the newspaper. They're talking about how they like to see Imus fall off his horse, and they're really glad. It's the same bit I did that morning, but I understand why I'm angry with Imus. I had a real history with the guy.
Issue with it.
I had an issue with this guy. Why would they be angry at him? How do they explain that?
Well, they said that they would not be angry. They were just doing a bit.
Oh, they're just doing a bit.
Because they heard it on the show this morning.
But what are they going to do?
The thing you do today is laugh about Imus falling off his horse.
Right. Well, why would you hate? Why would you be angry with Imus for no reason?
Why would you be upset by, or laughing at a guy who falls off his horse?
Yeah, I mean, like, do they hate him? For what reason do they hate him? I mean, in other words, they skip a step.
Yeah, they never really got involved with Imus.
They're not involved with anything except what I'm involved with. They play my sound effects. They do the Jackie references. I mean, it's sad. We got one guy who calls his producer Baba Booey.
Really?
Yeah.
And he said, you know that everybody knows that's a universal term for producer.
Yeah, that's what the guy said. It's a universal term for the producer, Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Well, I mean, it's unfriggin' believable what has gone on.
But the thing is, how come you can't control the people on top of your
I can't control. I'm going to control the people in my company. It's not my company.
I mean, you're the one.
No wonder you don't work for a living.
Why didn't you control AT&T when you worked for them?
Yeah, how come you didn't tell them what to do?
Yeah, but I didn't make Mel. You made Mel.
Well, I didn't make Mel didn't see it that way.
I see that.
Well, good. Go tell Mel.
Look at where you're sitting.
You've been riding your coattails for 20 years. Mel.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And what's the deal with Crazy Cabby, man?
You don't like him?
To me, he sounds like a guy who should be on like a morning Zoom show.
I don't know. I like him. I spoke to him last night.
My favorite thing on the internet is read Crazy Cabby, like, hate mail.
Yeah. I think it's funny. Man. I mean, I don't know. I think the guy's a good guy. I think he's got some interesting stuff to say.
Turn off the radio as soon as you mention his name.
Right.
Turn it off for a half hour. Come back later.
All right.
All right, bro.
Thank you. So silly. I'm not sure whose side he's on.
Trying to antagonize you.
Yeah, but he's trying to get me juiced up. Brian.